I got a little moist.
This week, we make our way south through the Exumas, stopping to explore a few places we've never been before. Along the way, there's a wild coastline, a blowhole, millions of strange jelly-like creatures in the water, a hunt for a coveted coconut bread, some reminiscing, Dave gives a quick power update, and a tiny island date night to finish it all off. Just another totally unscripted week on our floating home. If we haven't met before, I'm Jen. And this is Dave. We're an empty nest Colorado couple who swapped snow boots for scuba fins aboard our Nordhavn 55. So welcome aboard. Hit like, subscribe, and join us on this crazy adventure. We are cooking bacon. Well, underway. Yums. We are just moving the boat from Hawksbill Key to south of Black Point. Dave needs to head to work for a few days, so it's time for us to start making our way south to Georgetown. But instead of taking the straight route, we're making a few jumps to explore islands and anchorages we've never visited before. We're currently in Black Point, and we are not actually in the regular anchorage, but we're just right along the point, and we're gonna go into town. We're gonna try to find some coconut bread at Lorraine's, and it is trash day.
Sanitation Dave. Sanitation Dave's on it.
Yeah, he's on it. But it's still super windy, which sucks, but we're gonna make the best of it. Tried to hop in the water yesterday. There were a couple of coral heads just in front of our boat, but swarms of jellyfish. Just, I mean, hundreds and hundreds of them, little tiny ones. Says that they come in with high winds, and we had about 22 knot winds yesterday during our ride, but I was disappointed. But the further you get to shore, where it was warmer, the more there were, so I skedaddled, got out of there. I don't like jellyfish. We took the dinghy on a 3-mile ride along the rugged coastline over to Black Point and tied up at the government dock.
They're on the ground. They're on the by underneath your feet. Oh, there's a shark.
Oh,
There's a shark right there. The dinghy dock. We good?
yeah.
Thanks for tying her up.
You're welcome. Huh?
Sharky, 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 sharky,
Oh,
sharky.
yeah. Well,
Right
there's
next to-
sharks.
Right next to the fish cleaning
Oh,
station.
there's a baby one. Little baby one. We're headed to the Atlantic side to check out a blowhole.
Gotta go see the
It's
blowhole.
it's high tide right now, so we're going to check it out. There it is.
Huh?
Yeah,
Oh, right there.
it just came out.
Yeah.
Look, another beautiful pile of trash. These people are picking it up, putting it in a pile, I guess.
That's nuts.
Come on, you gotta breathe the blowhole. You gotta get in there. You gotta get it all up in there. Alright.
You got a little wet. You're so.
I got a little moist.
Oh man.
I got damp.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
It is neat.
That's my first blowhole, you guys. I've never seen one before. Let's go look at how crazy the ocean is right now. Dave said I'm not allowed to go up there. Too dangerous. Whatever. That blowhole was pretty cool, but now it's time to head over to Lorraine's and pick up our coconut bread and pop into the market to see if we could find some avocados.
We got the goods.
We got the goods.
We got the goods.
Coconut bread.
It's made out of.
Yum.
It's got coconut goodness, like sugar in the center. It's delicious. Let's see. Hi.
Hey, good morning.
Maybe not. I'm looking for avocados, but it's just onions. We have tomatoes. I don't see any avocados.
Nope.
Okay, no avocados. Boo.
Yeah.
Well, look at this beautiful spot where I just landed. I came out by myself because I want to swim through the through holes and look at some fish maybe, but isn't this gorgeous? Of course Dave is going to eat foil, so we'll let him do his little thing while I play in the water. Here I go. The water's full of jellies. So these are called sea walnuts, not jellyfish. One of the strangest things to see in the water. They're totally transparent and they don't sting. Instead, their tentacles possess a special adhesive cells called coloblasts that release a sticky, mucus-like substance to trap their prey. And when light hits them just right, they flash little rainbow colors. The water was full of them, millions. And mixed in with all of them, this little guy, a Baroe forskelii. Say that 5 times. He's also a comb jelly, but this one has no tentacles and actually feeds on other comb jellies. And in the dark, they can glow with a soft bioluminescence like tiny living lights moving through the water. Millions of them. You guys, millions of them. It was like I could feel I was swimming through them. I have no stings on my body. I don't know what kind they were. What?
Are you gonna keep diving?
I don't think so. There are too many jellyfish. Anyways. So many. They're anywhere from like little to, I saw some almost like biscuit size. Huh. They say that they come out with high winds and it's been really windy, but they're just kind of hovering up against shore. I thought it was because of the algae up on the other beach, but there's hardly any algae over here on the rocks and the coral, so I don't know. I wasn't exactly loving the swimming in jello sensation, so I turned my attention to the shoreline instead. The coast was rugged and beautifully carved with sea caves, sharp rocks, and little crevices shaped over time by the constant force of the ocean. I would love to do that, but I don't have the strength for it.
That's too hard. I do better without the wind.
Watch how he gets going.
Then he gets up on foil.
Wow. In the morning, we pulled anchor and made our way a bit further south so we could explore Little Farmer's Key.
Quick electrical math, because a lot of people have been asking how we like that new lithium refit with the solar. So quick numbers, for the last 30 days, we have averaged 6 kilowatts of solar energy per day, which is phenomenal. I'm totally loving the solar panels. We have been consuming approximately 40 kilowatts per day. So 40 minus 6 is 34 kilowatts is what we have to put back into the batteries. As a reminder, we have 44 kilowatts of batteries. I'm using watts. We had some people say, hey, just use power instead of amps and voltages, and I like that too. So I'll go back and forth, but we've got 44 kilowatts of batteries. We consume about 40. 6 is replaced by the solar, so that gives us about 34. We charge up when we turn the generator in charge with the extra Skyla charger. The Victrons give us about 240 amps, and then the Skyla does 100 amps, which basically means we can charge up at 8 kilowatts per hour. So roughly 4 hours a generator will top off the batteries. Now, that's if we just sat somewhere for the whole time. We usually are underway like we are right now. And here's a good example. We have just a quick little 1 hour jaunt today to the next island. The alternator is running at full speed. I've turned the generator on because I wanted to see how much we can just juice up at the same time. And you'll notice here on the battery, we're pumping in about 435 amps plus about 12 kilowatts. It's jumping back and forth. We're putting into the batteries right now. So the generator, it says grid, that's the generator. We're using about 13 kilowatts. We're also making some water, which is a good load on the generator. I'm happy with that. The solar is at 700 watts, but it's only 10 o'clock in the morning. It starts really cranking up there around noon, and I've seen as much as 1500 watts at one time. So if we're pumping in 12 kilowatts per hour into the batteries right now, and we're going to go for 1 hour, if the battery bank is 44 watts, we put in an additional 12, that's about another 25%-ish. And so we'll go from 45 and we'll be up at 70% in just an hour once we get there, and then we'll turn them off, rinse and repeat the next day. That's electrical math by Dave. So one of the biggest users of energy on our boat is our air conditioning. We use our air conditioning at night in our bedroom to sleep. So air conditioner for the master bedroom, it's a 16K unit, and we found that once it's pre-cooled, it gets it nice and cool before we go to bed. It usually uses about 4 amps at 240 or about 1 kilowatt per hour, 10 hours, so we use about 10 to 12 kilowatts of energy for the batteries just to cool our bedroom. So last year we just did open air and windows, which I really like, but it's also super nice just to close it up and have the fans blowing, and it's nice and cool. And Jen, do you like air conditioning or windows?
I love air conditioning.
Jen is at an age where a lot of women are hot and cold simultaneously.
Speak for yourself.
I'm not a woman of a
I
certain
am.
age.
I'm hot all the time now.
Or you're
but
cold.
I do enjoy the air, the open air. But I also like the noise of the air conditioner.
So every time we go to, say, hey, we're going to kick the air conditioner off. We're just going to open up the hatches. There's a nice breeze. It's going to be nice and cool.
Mm-hmm.
What happens, Jen?
We end up turning the air conditioner. Oh, it rains.
It rains. And then we got raindrops on my head from the
It
hatch.
rains on our bed.
And rains on our bed. So even though the forecast says absolutely no rain, there's not a cloud in the sky, as soon as we open up our hatches,
It rains.
it'll rain.
As soon as we anchored, we made our way over to Little Farmer's Key to relax in the sun for the afternoon. We found ourselves at Ty's Sunset Bar and Grill, with its front door just steps away from a runway and a veranda backing out to the beach. First, we made our way out to the dock and walked into the small village before settling in for the afternoon. Little Farmer's Key is one of those quiet little Exuma settlements that feels remote and untouched by the rush of the real world. At only 68 acres with somewhere around 50 to 70 people, it still has the feel of a true fishing village. We passed a small church, a couple of local restaurants, and a little marina at the heart of it all. And surrounded by colorful water, a rugged shoreline, and that laid-back island rhythm that makes you want to kick back and stay a while.
The last time we were here,
Flew
it
in,
was awesome.
and after we landed, we walked the beach, and I got to watch Jen drink beers as I had my club soda. But it's a tiny little, it's not really a runway, it's more of a road that the cars use to get around the island, and they let you land an airplane on there.
So this airport's not in the database, so it's going to think we're hitting the dirt when we land, so it's going to start yelling at us the whole time.
There's a boat right at the end of the runway.
I officially deem this cool. Dave's happy.
We did it. I'm gonna go park this sucker on the beach. The beach is like right there.
But at the end of it, if you don't go off the end, you land successfully, you'll wind up right here at Ty's, and you can park right there behind me.
Right back there.
It's all of about a 7-foot walk from the airplane to the bar.
Check out this photo of Dave sitting in front of the airplane, like right on the beach. It was really, really special.
And that's how flying should be.
Yeah.
I think there should be a bar at the end of every runway.
Speaking of runways, our son did his first. He soloed
solo.
today. He soloed
Congratulations.
today. So congratulations, Owen. Yay.
His very first solo, the flight instructor FaceTimed
us.
from
We
Colorado
got to
this
watch
morning.
him land. It was so cool.
So
we were
got
so
to,
proud.
got to see his very first landing. Wasn't there for it.
Yeah.
A little upset.
I
Gonna
know.
say a little
Don't
upset.
cry. It's okay.
But
That was cool. That was
yes,
super cool. But this airport to come in was so neat because coming in, it's the airport is beach to beach, like literally the airstrip. So
Yeah.
you come in and it starts like right at land and it ends right at land.
so right over there is a little anchorage spot, which is actually a nice little anchorage spot.
Yeah.
But you got to watch out. A lot of these masts are 65 feet, so you're coming in and buzzing the sailboats. And then if you take off that way, which we did, that's the is it the Little Farmer Yacht Club? I love how they call everything around here a yacht club.
Yacht club.
It's a pier with 4 boats parked there, and they call it a yacht
bar.
club.
They offer food and beverage.
But we took off there, and then we buzzed all these anchorages at 50 feet or whatever.
That was fun. That was a great time.
think
So
we
we
have-
came back. It's the first time we've been back.
It's Saturday Fun Day. Is that what you're saying?
Sure. We're just making it a thing.
Saturday Fun Day. Yes,
we have a date tonight.
Oh, we have date night
We're
tonight.
gonna go out to dinner.
We have a little fun day. We
Yes.
actually drove the boat a full hour today, so we deserve a break.
It was hard work.
Very hard work.
Super hard work.
I will say that right over here on this side, these sailboats can sit in here in some nice calm waters
Yeah.
because they draft like an inch and a half or whatever that is.
Yeah.
But we have to be over there where it's rumbling around a little bit.
Yeah.
So
Hi, buddy.
Try not to hit all the potholes.
Bye.
Hold up.
Little Farmer's Day.
Just getting ready to go out to dinner. We have dinner plans for the first time in
Date night.
a couple weeks. So we actually get to go out and see people. We actually went to Ty's today. Met a wonderful couple on a sailboat. They're actually going to be there tonight too. But yeah, this is going to be strange because we don't get out much. But this is going to be fun. We're
We
excited.
gotta go.
We gotta go.
Ocean cabin.
Ocean cabin. Going to that restaurant, the blue building straight ahead.
And we have reservations at 6.
Oh, dinner. It's our first dinner out in a while.
Oh, it hasn't been that long.
Well, we dropped our guests off in Nassau a couple weeks ago. So it's been at least 2 weeks.
Their hours were hilarious. Thanks for being here with us. If you enjoyed this video, liking and subscribing really helps our channel grow. We hope to see you on the next adventure.